Hi, Cynthia. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? We're going to talk to your mom, Vicky, today. First, I'd like to give people my little spiel. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. And I have to find the best way I can to describe the picture to you because they never waste a message. There's always a reason for what they show. They don't always tell us what we want to hear, but they tell us what we need to hear. So it's not an exact science. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. They don't give me all the details. They give me enough info so you should be able to understand what they're talking about. And if you don't understand it at the time, don't throw the whole reading out if there's a couple things, because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you. Sometimes they reach out to other people, and when I'm doing these readings, so it might be something somebody else knows. Stinking names, so the name, if I say John, it'll at least be a male with a J or a J-O name. So let's see what Vicky has to say. She's coming in with a very strong perfume smell, and she's making it strong. Not that when she wore it, it was strong necessarily, but she's making it strong, so I'm aware of it. And this will be something that you will smell. You might be in the store, you might be in your car, you might be outside, doesn't matter where you are. When you smell that, that's her stopping in to say, hi, I love you. So acknowledge it. So I know that's you, Mom. I love you. Bring me more signs. And she will. And once you start validating and realizing what some of these signs are, then it's like they get excited and they go, yes, she knows I'm there. So she also goes into your kitchen, and she's not just opening a cabinet and shutting it, she's rattling it, like shaking it. And it may not be very loud, and it rarely happens when you're in the same room or looking at it. So you'll probably go into the living room, you'd be sitting there and think you hear a noise in the kitchen. And I usually ask them, don't do the creepy stuff, because then people think their house is haunted, and it's just Mom. But it's almost like a nervous rattle. She's trying desperately to let you know that she's there. Okay, she's taken me to a cemetery. And wherever she's going, there's a big tree there, pretty close to it. It looks like a larger tombstone, like well, the one she's showing me is my dad's family. So they'll reference something that I know to explain it to you sometimes. Sometimes they don't show me the exact, they'll reference something else. So anyway, my dad's is a larger gray one. He's got the flat little individual thing, so I don't know if this is where she's going with this, but got just the last name on it because his mom's there too. And I think there's a couple more plots there that nobody's used yet, so it's a family spot. And did you recently take a actual bouquet of flowers? I'm assuming she's showing me her own. She's not showing me the name on it. Now she's showing me there should be 2 names on it. I don't. Is the other person not there yet? Because it's real dim on that side of it. See her name, and then it's real dim over here. And that's either because it's not important, or at this time anyway, or that person hasn't left yet. They're not there. Did you recently take a large bouquet of flowers to her? Sorry, my dog started jumping. I don't know if I said there was a big, I think I said there was a big tree close to it. Sorry, I got distracted by my little dog. She wants to validate that she knew you were there. Okay, I can't see. And she's flipping pictures, so I got to give her a second. Sometimes it takes them a minute to switch from one picture to the other. All right, she's showing me herself sitting in a recliner, and there's a dog sitting next to her. It looks kind of like a boxer type dog, kind of that color and that size, that kind of hair. So even if I can't really see its face that well, but the part of the face I see doesn't really look like a boxer, but the rest of the dog looks like a boxer. So I'm just giving you that type of dog. It doesn't have to be exact. If I get the type wrong. And this dog is looking at her, and she's scratching it under the chin, scratching it under the chin. And the dog is putting one paw up on the chair, almost sitting up on its back haunches so she can scratch it. So whoever has this dog, watch the dog. The dog sees her, the dog's interacting with her, the dog feels her. So whoever has this dog will see it. It probably won't bark at her because it knows her, but it might stare off, to the other side of the room or something, and just like it's just staring. It's watching her. It sees her. You might see it actually you might see it actually wiggle its butt, and there's nothing there, because there is something there. The dog knows. Animals and small children see them. So just be aware of the dog. If the dog looks like it's following somebody, it is. She's making a big point of it. She says you're going to be just fine. She just says be careful. Something she wants you to be careful of. I don't know if it's something, or I feel like it's more than one person. Be careful. And usually in these readings, they don't give out warnings. I'm asking her something. Just a second. Is she an aunt to somebody? She's talking about being an aunt. And that's all she says about it. That she loved being an aunt. She's not giving me any more information about it, though. And sometimes they just throw things out there, and that's it. All right. She's saying that right before she left, that she was very uncomfortable. Probably What she's showing is tossing and turning in bed. I did notice in the picture that she had an oxygen thing on, but she's showing almost like stomach area. It's more like she's cramping or something's painful in the stomach area instead of the chest area, which like I said, I noticed the oxygen, but that's not what she's indicating. It's kind of like she pulls her knees up and kind of rolls back and forth. And not enough drugs, not enough drugs. She's talking about legal medical drugs. But as she was laying in bed, she holds her hand up like she's laying on her back, and she holds her hand up like back behind her right shoulder, reaching for a man who is in spirit because she knew he was there. All right. She says one of them was this. She's flipping around, giving me different ones. I'm trying to get her to pinpoint. One of them was a grandfather. He was a farmer of some type, or maybe just lived down the country. Farmer looking guy. He was standing there, but that's not who she was reaching her hand out for. I hear uncle. I hear uncle. She's reaching her hand out, wanting to hold his hand. So this would have been right before she passed. She says, I heard you. I want you to know I heard you. I love you too. It was my time. Everybody's got to go. I feel like there was more, and usually they'll show me, and there's always, always, always an angel. She's not showing it, but there's always an angel. I've not seen one yet that doesn't have an angel waiting for them. And she was reaching her hand out because she was ready to go with him. And she says, enough of that sad stuff. Harry. She's mentioning the name Harry. So remember, it's at least a male with an H or an HA name. Somebody that's here. She's being slow on flipping her pictures. Did she like M&Ms or small candy like that? I had this sudden urge to grab a package of M&Ms and get them out. And I'm not a big candy eater. She says you have to follow your heart. You have to follow your gut, that nobody else can tell you what you're looking for validations in other people. You have to follow. I always call this my psychic antenna. If you walk into a room or you meet somebody and your gut twists, that's your psychic antenna telling you, Not a good thing. She says, go out and do what makes your heart sing, even if others don't think it's right. You have to listen to your heart. You have to do what makes your heart sing. If you don't, you're just going to be sad. Once again, she's saying there's some people around you that make your gut twist. Something that isn't in your best interest. Let's say it that way. Okay, she's showing me yourself like dancing, like woo, like and just dancing and just almost like you're dancing on a cloud. That she says you don't feel that way right now and you need to. That's the way you're supposed to feel. She says you're not looking at other options. There's other options. Sometimes they'll show me your path and they'll show me whether you're going right or left or crooked. She's not trying to get her to show me. She's just, it's like there's stuff here, but she wants you to turn and look this way. You're not looking in the right direction. There's something you're missing. There's something you've got almost got your back to. Something that you need to turn around and look at. Don't be afraid of the change, she says. Change is good. Sometimes a door has to slam shut before you see the open one that you're supposed to walk through. And it's like I tell people, you might have worked at a job for 15 years, but you hated it, and you finally get fired, and you think, oh my gosh, but you find, because of that door shutting, you find the most fabulous job that makes your heart sing, that you're really happy with, and you meet new people. Sometimes those things have to happen in order for you to see the good thing. Right? So it's almost like she's grabbing your right arm and she's pulling on it, like, come this way, look this way. Nope, she's not saying anything. Still. Okay, she went into my kitchen and she got behind the wall. A lot of them do that to symbolize she's still here. It's just like she's on the other side of the wall. You can't see her, you can't hear her, but she's still right there. It's just like she's in another room. She's trying to talk to you. She's trying to put thoughts in your head. Have you had dreams of her? Had dreams of her saying something to you? You need to get a piece of paper and a pen and write, as soon as you wake up, and write those down. Those thoughts, those things she's sending to you and your guides. She's working with your guides, and they're trying to nudge you, give you little nudges. And sometimes these clues get cryptic sometimes, but so do the dreams. So sometimes there'll be something in your dream and you'll need to Google it or something. Google the meaning of it if it seems really weird. It's like one time I was in a meditation and I had a little bird in my hand and I squished it and killed it. And when I came out of the meditation, we were in a group meditation, and I was almost in tears. I said, oh my God, I killed the bird. She goes, Rhonda, that just means you're trying too hard. I said, oh, I thought I was really a terrible person. No, it just means you're trying too hard. So this cryptic symbols get confusing, but Start paying attention because they're trying to talk to you. It's not all about being crazy, and the little voices in your head don't mean you're batshit crazy. That's your mom and your guides talking to you. She said the word she said the word cherish, and then she said the word cherry. So I don't know if you've recently eaten some cherries, or she liked to eat cherries, or used to bring cherries to her. She says, I'm still trying to guide you. I'm still trying to walk you through life. And so is this uncle. Whoever this uncle is, she says, so is he. So ask advice from your mom. Ask him to show you something. The uncle, just ask for your guides, your angels, whatever. Just ask them. If you've got a problem in your life, say, okay, but you have to ask. They cannot override your free will choice. You can make all the scripts you want to. My guides sit up there and go, crap, Rhonda, why are you doing that again? They can't stop me. You got free will choice. You have to ask, and then you have to allow. And then they will actually bring people to you. They will open doors for you, but you can choose not to walk through them. She said you have options. She said you have many options. That you need to expand your options. That you've got more options out there, but you need to expand a little bit. Okay, so she wanted me to pull a card for you, and they do this once in a while. So I pulled a release card, which is something you need to let go of, but instead this is something you need to surrender to. It's surrender to the wonder and awe, open to the magic of every moment, and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So you need to open up to the wonder and awe. And even though there is so much ecstasy out there that we kind of close off to it. We kind of don't appreciate it. We kind of go, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, and I don't like my job, and my car's not new enough. Instead of surrendering to the wonder of awe of what you already have and what's actually all around you that you can come in touch with. I probably didn't explain that right. You need to help me, Mom. She said, don't look at the negative side of things, look at the positive side of things. Switch your thinking to the positive side. You can see you have something to watch this on. You have people around you that love you. Just, you can smell, you can walk. I mean, there's so much wonder and awe out there, and she wants you to switch to the more positive side, the more positive thinking. Don't be scared. It'll be new to you, and she's not talking about this. She's talking about changing something. It'll be new to you, but it will be awesome. It will be a positive thing. It's time for a new direction. And you're well worth it. And she's telling me I need to explain to you, my whole reading is never about every single thing going to be something you've done or something you've said or something that you can validate. There will be like 2 or 3 things that you can validate, and the rest of it will be her talking. I haven't explained that for a while, so I'm sure she knows that I need to explain that to you. To me, when mediums do that, they're just patting themselves on the back and go, oh, look, I can get this evidence. I can get that evidence. I can get that. So there should be enough in here that you know that it's her. Something about something being clean. I don't know what she was talking about. She just said clean. Give the little ones a hug for me. She said that with an S. Give the little ones a hug for me. Please talk about me often to them. I am watching out for them. And so is the uncle, whoever this uncle is. She's making his presence known. He's not really saying anything. She's including him most of the time. Okay, she's getting ready to leave. She says you've got to follow your own gut and your heart. No outside thing can make you happy. It's the inside thing that makes you happy, and nobody else can give that to you except you. But she's going to help. They're going to help. Okay, she's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. And see you later.